Providence Television International, the game changer, taking you to the outer limits of television. The program Was Trending is sponsored by Paul Nosa Ogeho, proudly Benin, promoting good corporate governance. Yes, we must thank you very much for being with us for another program of What's Trending. And right away, we're starting with politics. Nigeria needs competent, compassionate leader, says Obi. The NDC presidential candidate stated this on Tuesday. And this was after participating in a high-level roundtable discussion titled Nigeria in 2027 and Beyond, organized by the European Council on Foreign Relations at his office in Berlin, in Germany. Gunmen abduct principal 4 students writing NECO exam in Kogi. Bloodletting continues, unfortunately. Kwakwanso calls for national unity, says northern leaders have chosen to reconcile with the southeast. Oyo APC slams Governor Seyi Makinde over call for UN probe into school pupils rescue. INEC dismisses claim of Chris Uba's ADC presidential nomination, confirms Atiku Amechi ticket. In the meantime, appeal call restrains INEC from recognizing ADC congresses conducted by David Mark's caretaker leadership. 3 political parties are yet to uphold the names of their presidential and vice presidential candidates as INEC shuts portal. The affected parties are the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, the PDP faction led by Nyesom Wike, and the Labour Party faction led by Nenadi Usman, meaning that these 3 parties might not have their names on the ballot. Edo police rescue 3 abducted AAU students, kill suspected kidnapper. That's kudos to the police in Edo State. Senate urges Tinubu to sustain anti-terror offensive. Advocates prompt compensation for the fallen troops. I think that's important, it's necessary. 2027 election, INEC chairman Professor Josh Amukwitan raises alarm over staff exodus, seeks better funding and welfare. Just a few months to the election. Still on 2027, don't help Tinubu undermine Nigeria's democracy. That's ADC telling the judiciary. Oh no, this is quite pathetic. Private physiotherapist Miss Mary Habila found dead in Minister David Umahi's residence. ADC demands his resignation, accusing Tinubu of running a cabinet of cover-ups. We will amend the Electoral Act to avoid becoming victims of our own actions. That's coming from Senate President Akpabio. Suddenly just realizing the loopholes. Nigerian Christians in the United States raise concerns over the federal government's plan to reintegrate ex-terrorists. And petrol price falls by 167 naira per litre after crude oil decline. Further reductions are expected. That's coming from Dangote Refinery. NYC threatens to blacklist hostile core employers over welfare and accommodation. Mountain refuse heaps raise fears of epidemics in Lagos. Lagos, that's the hub, commercial hub of Nigeria. Macron to visit Nigeria as France seeks stronger strategic partnership. I hope it will come through Lagos. And this is quite astonishing. In fact, it is totally unbelievable. Over 2,700 may have died due to England heat waves. Well, as they often say, different strokes for different folks. Entertainment news, Burna Boy makes history as first African to top the Billboard Global 200. Congratulations to Burna Boy. Congratulations from all of us at Providence Television International. And meanwhile, in sports, FBI tags England versus Argentina highest risk World Cup match over concerns of the long-standing rivalry between the two nations and the potential for crowd disturbances. And you know the reason. We recollect the Falkland crisis in 1982. We also remember that Argentina surrendered to England in the Falkland War. So the hostilities will continue or have continued. Spain booked their place, talking about sports and the World Cup. Spain booked their place in the 2026 FIFA World Cup final with a 2-0 victory over France in the semi-final, their first final appearance in 16 years. In the meantime, French captain Mbappe says we were not mentally prepared for the match. And soccer pundits agree with him absolutely. The program Was Trending is sponsored by Paul Nosa Ogeho, proudly Benin, promoting good corporate governance. Yes, that's our program Was Trending for this week. A million thanks to all of you at home and abroad. We thank you for staying tuned to your favorite station. Remember to tell others about us. This is Emmanuel Egareva in Benin. Bye-bye.